There are lives that glitter under Hollywood's brightest lights, and lives marked by shadows the camera never fully captures. Shirley MacLaine has danced between both for more than 7 decades, her triumphs filmed for the world but her heartbreak often left on the cutting room floor. At 91 she still carries the blue-black honesty of her past, audacious rebellions, creative boldness, and a quiet tragedy no one anticipated. How does a woman who conquered screens and stages endure the loneliness that lingers behind the fame? Tonight, we journey beyond the spotlight to uncover a story of dazzling glamour, fierce independence, and a personal loss that pierces the heart with unexpected force. Shirley MacLaine arrived in this world as Shirley MacLaine Beatty on April 24, 1934, in Richmond, Virginia, amid an America stitched together by depression and dreams. Her mother, Kathleen, a Canadian-born drama teacher with a romantic soul, christened her after child star Shirley Temple. Her father, Ira, a psychology professor with a stern disposition, moved the family coast to coast, forging in young Shirley a profound independence and a deep sense of rootlessness. Fragile ankles, prone to sprains, led Kathleen to enroll her daughter in ballet at just 3 years old. What began as therapy soon became an obsession. Day after day, Shirley poured every ounce of determination into plies, arabesques, and grand jetés, her tiny body straining against pain to emerge stronger each time. When at 14 she broke an ankle the night before a Cinderella performance at the Washington School of Ballet, she wrapped the injured limb herself and defiantly finished the show. In that moment, blood and sweat mingling on the stage floor, she discovered not only her grit but a calling, to stand unbowed in the spotlight no matter the cost. By high school in Arlington, Virginia, Shirley's stage presence glowed brighter than any spotlight. Theater productions and cheerleading squads offered her a taste of the adoring gaze she would one day command. At 18, with $2 in her pocket and a whirlwind of hope in her heart, she boarded a bus bound for New York City. There she lived in a single room above a coffee shop, dancing in chorus lines for Oklahoma. And me and Juliet just to keep the rent paid. Long subway rides at dawn gave her mind space to imagine a future in which a Broadway marquee spelled her name in bold neon. Then in 1954 fate intervened during the pajama game. The lead star twisted her ankle. The understudy, Shirley, bandaged her own injured foot, stepped onto the stage and mesmerized the audience. Jerry Lewis, watching from the front row, was so captivated that he phoned Paramount producer Hal B. Wallace that very night. Within weeks, Shirley MacLaine, the name she chose from her mother's maiden line, had a 5-year contract and the silver screen at her feet. Her film debut under Alfred Hitchcock in The Trouble with Harry, 1955, won her a Golden Globe for New Star of the Year. By 1958 Some Came Running, starring opposite Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, she earned her first Academy Award nomination and confirmed herself as Hollywood royalty. On screen, Shirley dazzled audiences with a blend of wit, intelligence, vulnerability, and tomboyish charm. Off-screen she remained unbowed, selecting roles that defied the conservative studio system. The tragic Martha in The Children's Hour, 1961, risking scandal by depicting forbidden love. The free-spirited title character in Irma La Douce, 1963, living on Paris's margins, and in 1969's Sweet Charity, championing Bob Fosse, then an unknown choreographer, to direct the film she headlined. Shirley wasn't there to follow a script. She was there to write her own. Yet for all her public victories, Shirley's private life bore its own battles. In 1954 she impulsively married Steve Parker, a charismatic show organizer she met one evening in New York. 2 years later their daughter, Sachi, arrived, a bright star born into Hollywood royalty. But as Shirley's star ascended, Steve chose to base himself in Tokyo. They embraced an open marriage, believing freedom superior to possession. Business trips became long absences. Holidays shrank to summer visits and Christmas reunions. Sachi, sent to Tokyo for stability, grew up adrift between continents. In her memoir Lucky Me, she recalls the terror of being locked in a Swiss dorm room for days when no one came to collect her, and the ache of always feeling on the outside. No diamond necklace, no covergirl smile able to fill that void. While Shirley fought for her daughter's safety, she also battled studios and the press with equal ferocity. She sued Paramount for breach of contract and won, setting precedents still studied in law schools. She marched into a Hollywood Reporter office and punched a journalist who published falsehoods about her, Hollywood's warrior princess, unafraid to use her fists as well as her words. On the set of Terms of Endearment, 1983, Shirley and co-star Deborah Winger clashed so violently that they refused to share a trailer. Their real-life tension crackled through the cameras, culminating in Shirley's Oscar win at age 50 with her triumphant cry, "I deserve this." Yet no Oscar could heal the rift with her daughter, nor erase the price extracted by relentless ambition and ideals of freedom. Beyond celluloid and courtroom battles, Shirley pursued a spiritual odyssey that astonished and divided the public. Out on a Limb, 1983, her candid memoir on reincarnation, UFO sightings and past lives, climbed bestseller lists worldwide and became a 1987 television miniseries drawing 30 million viewers. Critics scoffed, calling her delusional. Fans flocked, finding in her honesty permission to question reality. Undaunted by ridicule, Shirley insisted, "I'd rather be true to my own experience than live according to other people's rules." She walked the Camino de Santiago solo, seeking visions and testing her faith in the face of isolation, hunger, and self-doubt. Each step along that 500-mile pilgrimage became a metonym for her life, a daring, uncertain journey toward personal truth. In 1972, Shirley translated that same courage into politics by pausing her career to join George McGovern's presidential campaign. Instead of red carpet premieres, she stood on university halls and factory floors, writing policy papers by night and delivering impassioned speeches by day. She urged young Americans to reject complacency, to demand an end to the Vietnam War and to protect the environment. Among Hollywood stars, she was an anomaly, trading scripts for manifestos, pageantry for purpose. She championed women's rights long before Me Too became a rallying cry, demanding equal pay on set and equal voice in boardrooms. McGovern lost badly. History judged that act of faith as quixotic. But for Shirley, politics was yet another canvas upon which to paint her truth. Now at 91, Shirley MacLaine stands as both elder stateswoman of Hollywood's golden age and living testament to an unyielding spirit. In 2024, she released The Wall of Life, a memoir photo album pairing 150 treasured snapshots with reflective essays spanning from her childhood in Virginia to quiet lunches in Malibu. She appears in People Not Places, 2024, as a widow forging an unlikely friendship with a homeless man, proof that even in the 9th decade she seeks roles of warmth, intimacy, and soul. Photographers capture her at Christie's Cafe, laughing easily with friends, dressed simply, far from the glare of red carpets. Yet beneath that unguarded smile lies the fragile echo of a mother's heart, still uncertain if absence granted freedom or inflicted a wound too deep to heal. Today, Shirley's bond with Sachi remains a muted hope, sporadic phone calls, rare visits clouded by memory and regret. The cameras have stopped rolling, but the drama of reconciliation plays on in phone lines and private meetings. There is no scandal of betrayal here, only the simple universal heartbreak of a bond stretched by time, ambition, and divergent philosophies of love. A daughter who longed for presence, a mother who prized independence, two souls entwined by blood and rent by ideology. Shirley once wrote, "I have no regrets. I have the freedom to have made the choices I made." Perhaps that freedom includes room for repair, for reaching across years to offer the healing warmth of presence, if only in a remembered embrace or a quiet conversation over tea. Her story reminds us that the greatest stage of all is the human heart, capable of radiant courage and enduring pain. At 91, Shirley MacLaine remains a living legend of artistry and audacity, and a cautionary tale of what we might lose when we chase the world without holding tight to those we love. What do you carry away from her story? A lesson in unwavering resilience? A warning in unbridled ambition? Share your thoughts below. And if you've ever faced a choice between freedom and connection, we'd love to hear how you walked that line. If you want more honest human stories from behind the spotlight, subscribe and stay tuned.